Have you ever heard of a love so strong that it defied the laws of life and death? Journey with us into the heart of an African folktale where devotion, sacrifice, and the power of the ancestors come alive. Stay tuned as we unravel the captivating story of Kwabena, Akosua, and the legendary king Ose Anokie. This is a tale you'll never forget. Long ago, in the thriving kingdom of Nyamekie, where the land was as fertile as the hearts of its people, there lived a humble farmer named Kwabena and his devoted wife, Akosua. They resided in the lively village of Tuma, a place where laughter danced with the wind, and the vibrant market was the heartbeat of the community. Kwabena, though a loyal servant to the great king Ose Anokie, was not like other servants. The king, renowned for his wisdom and generosity, never burdened him with work. Yet every moon cycle, Kwabena received his share of the king's wealth. Years passed, and Kwabena grew restless. One evening, as the crimson sun kissed the horizon and the earth cooled beneath their feet, he sat with Akosua beneath a mighty baobab tree. "My wife," he said, his voice heavy with thought, "I have received the king's kindness for many seasons, but I have done nothing to earn it. How can I repay such a debt of honor?" Akosua, wise and gentle as the river that nourished their fields, nodded thoughtfully. "You must go to the king, my husband. Offer your service for a debt unpaid as a burden to the soul." The next morning, Kwabena stood before King Ose Anokie, bowing low in respect. "O great king," he began, "I have lived on your generosity for many seasons. Please grant me a task that I may repay this debt." The king, seated beneath the shade of a great acacia tree, smiled kindly. "Kwabena, I vowed never to burden a man of your kind with work, but if it pleases you, travel to the sacred river Nyamekram. Bring me back a calabash of its pure water for the royal rituals. This shall be your task." With gratitude, Kwabena returned to Akosua and shared the king's words, but Akosua's eyes filled with tears. "How shall I live without you, my husband? I have sworn never to eat or drink without seeing your face." Moved by her devotion, Kwabena said, "I will leave behind a carving of myself. Offer it your prayers, and it shall be as if I am with you." True to his word, he crafted a lifelike wooden statue, placed it in their home, and set off on his journey. Akosua's faith was like the steady glow of fireflies under the moonlight, unwavering even in the darkest nights. Every day, Akosua offered food to the statue, treating it as if it were her husband. But one fateful day, a fire broke out in Tuma. It spread swiftly, devouring homes and lives. As the flames neared her doorstep, Akosua clasped the statue, crying, "My husband, the fire is here. Let us flee." But the statue remained silent. Refusing to abandon her husband, Akosua embraced the statue as the fire consumed them both. When news of the tragedy reached King Ose Anokie, sorrow clouded his wise heart. "How shall I face Kwabena when he returns?" he wondered. Days turned to weeks, and soon Kwabena returned with the sacred water, only to find his home reduced to ashes and Akosua gone. Overcome with grief, he rushed to the king and demanded answers. The king, filled with guilt, recounted the tragedy and offered to arrange another marriage. But Kwabena's sorrow was immeasurable. "Bring back my Akosua," he cried, "or I shall curse the kingdom." King Ose Anokie, ever the just ruler, vowed, "Give me 1 moon. I shall bring your wife back from the realm of the ancestors." Gathering Akosua's ashes, he entrusted his kingdom to his elders and set out to find the elixir of life, Asasaya's sacred dew. After traversing dense forests and climbing towering mountains, the king reached a village at the edge of the world. Exhausted, he sought shelter in the humble home of an elderly widow. She and her daughter-in-law welcomed him warmly, mistaking him for the widow's long-lost son. The daughter-in-law wept with joy, believing her husband had returned after many seasons. Though the king tried to explain, their tears softened his heart. The widow shared that her son, Kojo, had been taken to serve a southern chief named Nana Obrempong. Moved, the king promised to reunite them. Traveling to Nana Obrempong's kingdom, he found Kojo, who yearned to return home but was bound by duty. "I will take your place," Ose Anokie offered. Kojo returned home, and the king began serving Nana Obrempong in disguise. One night, Ose Anokie followed Nana Obrempong to a sacred grove, where he discovered the chief's secret. Each night, the forest spirit Nyamadua consumed the chief, then revived him with Asasaya's dew, rewarding him with gold. Ose Anokie, moved by the chief's plight, devised a plan. He coated his body with sweet herbs and spices, offering himself to Nyamedua in the chief's place. The spirit devoured Ose Anokie, savoring the rich flavors. Pleased, Nyamedua granted him 3 wishes. Ose Anokie asked for Asasaya's dew, an unending bracelet of gold, and for the spirit to leave the grove forever. The spirit, satisfied, granted his wishes. Returning to Nyamekia, Ose Anokie sprinkled the sacred dew on Akosua's ashes. Before the gathered villagers, she rose, alive and radiant. Kwabena fell to his knees, weeping with gratitude. Once again, Ose Anokie, the wise king of legends, had shown that true leadership is born of sacrifice and love. And so, my friends, as the fire crackles and the night deepens, remember this tale. For in the heart of every challenge lies the courage to rewrite destiny.